Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today we're taking a look at the pens that I've currently got inked up in October of 2024. This excludes those in my pens in use rotation and also some pens that I've got inked up just to film some videos at the moment. So let's jump on in and take a look at the pens. The first one is by Jinhao. This is a Jinhao 82. Lovely transparent, so you can see there, you can see the cartridge converter. Got a nice amount of ink in there. Small pen, very reminiscent of a Sailor Pro Gear Slim. The section quite thin. It's also a bit short. I find I need to have this posted. And then we've got a fairly small nib on there. I think it might be a number 5 size nib. So we've got here not a Sailor, I was about to say Sailor, it's a Jinhao. It's a good start, isn't it? 82. The nib on here is a medium nib. The price for this pen, $6.14. The ink by Diamine, and it's Tempest. Nice dark inking here, comes out really well. Not sure if you can see there, we've got like a gold sheen coming out with it as well. Very pretty, nice ink. So that's the Jinhao 82. Up next, we're sticking with Jinhao. We've got the Jinhao 9019. Very big pen. Beautiful, again, transparent, but this time it's got a blue tint to it. Looks quite nice. Very big pen though, completely different than the previous one, which was fairly small feeling. It's got a converter. I'm going to open this up just so you can get a better look. Very large converter. And as you can see there, we've got plenty of ink flowing around inside. The section, very fat, very wide. So if you don't like wide sections, you may need to think twice about this. Unposted, it's brilliant size. It will post. It just feels really long to me. That's why I don't bother posting it. So here we've got a Jinhao 9019. It's a medium nib. Now this nib, as well as being medium, it's a number 8 size nib. So it's a large nib, but it looks just right with this pen. Price wise, we're looking at about 12 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Dominant Industry. And it's Lake. Beautiful coloured ink, very reminiscent of teal inks for me. I really like it. So that's that Jinhao 9019. We're going to take a quick jump now over to India. The next pen is by Fountain Pen Revolution, and it's the Darjeeling in this beautiful, I like this red. It's like it's not a bright red, and it's not really a burgundy, but it's not a normal red that I expect to see. I love the way we've got the silver trim as well. This pen is a cartridge converter. Loads and loads of threads on here, so if you wanted to, you could potentially eyedropper it. And it's one of those push-pull converters. We just put this back together. Loads of threads, as I say, it takes ages to take the body on and off. Got a number 6 size nib. It's a Fountain Pen Revolution nib. Very nice. In the hand, it feels quite nice. The section, perfect for me. I think this is just about the right width. So we've got here a fountain pen. So we're not writing at the moment. Let me just see if I can get this to write. So I think this pen may be out of ink. I've just tried to push any remaining ink down by moving that converter all the way down. So it's a Fountain Pen Revolution Darjeeling. The nib on here is also a medium nib. The price for this is about 24 Aussie dollars. Not 44, 24. Do you know, I'm not doing very well today, am I? The ink is by Diamine. And it's my favourite name, Bah Humbug. Another ink which should have hopefully a bit of sheen, and I think there might be a bit of shimmer in there. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, you can see there that nice red there coming through. And it looks a little bit like we've got a bit of gold popping out through it. What I'm going to do with this pen though, that's now empty, so into the clean out pot it goes. Let's just move this up ever so slightly. Up next, we're back to China for a Wingsung, and this is the 699. Beautiful blue pen, slightly translucent. This particular model is a piston filler. You can also get it as a vacuum filler. I tried the vacuum filling one, but I don't know what it was. It broke on me very, very quickly. Whereas this piston filling one has been going now for nearly 2 years. So you can just about, I'm not sure if it comes over on the camera, you can just about see the ink in there. Unposted, it's very nice, very comfortable. Will posts quite well, but unposted is more than usable. And the section, again, this is a nice feeling section. Very reminiscent of a Pilot Custom 823. So this is the Wingsung 699. And in it we've got a medium nib. Cost-wise, we're looking about 46 Aussie dollars, so we're taking a bit of a jump now. The ink by Diamine, and it's Ruby Blues. This is a nice sheening ink. Hopefully it might be dry enough to actually see it. Let's see if we can have a quick look. Yeah, hopefully you can see there in this blue ink we've got some of that red sheen starting to develop as the ink is drying on this paper. This paper, by the way, is by Rhodia. It's a Rhodia A4 notebook. So that's the Wingsung 699. Our final pen under 100 Aussie dollars. This is by Maron, and this is a Maron M1000. This pen is heavy. It really does. It's noticeably heavier than all the other pens we've looked at. The wood isn't all the way through. I believe that we've got a brass body which accounts for the weight, and this wood is just slotted over as a sheath. Still very nice. I like these little things here where it looks like it's riveted on. We've got a cartridge converter again, all metal fittings. The section is metal. It does feel slippy to me. There's a little tiny lip at the bottom, so it's not too bad. Unposted, yep, that's more than usable. It doesn't really post, as you can see. It pops on and then straight off. So not a pen for posting. It's still got that nice length. The section, width-wise, just starting to feel a little bit on the narrow side for me. So we've got here a Maron. Now, we're getting a little bit of an issue with this. Let me just scribble off, see if I can get that cleared up. So we've got a Maron M1000. There we go. That seems to be a wee bit better, doesn't it? Price for this, 54 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Diamine, and it's walnut. So lots of issues with this pen on this paper. Also getting the same issue over on my cheap notepad, so it's not a property of the paper. I'm guessing that we've got ink dried out in here. So what I'm going to do is take this pen and pop it into the clean out jar. So that was the Maron M1000. Doing well with pens to clean out, aren't I? Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Now we're into pens over 100 Aussie dollars. The first one This is the Twisp VAC700R, this beautiful kyanite colour. Vacuum filling pen, beautiful pen, love writing with this. Love the transparency, can you see that ink flowing around inside? The nib, got that beautiful colouring on there, so it's a different type of nib, isn't it? It really looks quite nice. Section, again it's usable but starting to get towards the thin side. It's plastic, my fingers don't slip on it. Unposted, it's quite nice. It will sort of post, it posts up onto here, but I've got to be honest, it doesn't feel very secure to me. So not a pen again I'd recommend for posting. So we've got here a Twisp VAC700R with a 1.1 stub nib. The price for this is 160 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Diamine. And it's Glacier. Beautiful blue ink. I love the pale blue of this. I think it picks out this kyanite colour really well. It's also a star bright ink. I mean, you can see it already, but if I lift this up, it is absolutely full of silver shimmer. Everywhere you're looking, full of that silver. And as I said, even down on the page, you can see a lot of that. Beautiful pen, love writing with this. So this is the Twisp VAC700R. And here we've got the Opus 88 Omar. I love the colouring of this. I love the way we've got these white accents on the end. Oh, well, off-white accents maybe is a better way to put it. The body is slightly transparent. I do struggle to see through it most of the time, though. The body also has got a nice, it like bows out. Is that a convex shape? So it's bowing out as it goes around the middle, then coming back in. Makes it a bit unusual. Also helps with the fit in the hand. And I love this beautiful marbling here on the cap. This is a Japanese eyedropper. So to fill it, you would unscrew the section off the body, gently drop the ink into the body, then screw the section back on. There's also a bar running through, so if I unscrew this end, what that does is that lifts this bar, which allows the ink to flow into the section. With it down, then what it's doing is sealing off the body from the section. Very nice nib on here, a number 6 size nib, I believe. In the hand, very nice. And the section, perfect, just the right width. So this is an Opus 88 Omar. This nib is very, very glassy feeling. We've got on here a broad nib. The price for this, 176 Aussie dollars. The ink by Diamine, and it's Alpine. Nice green ink to go into a nice green pen. Just pop them together so you can see them. Loads of shading coming through here. So that's the Opus 88 Omar. Let me just straighten this up. We're going to go over to Italy. This is a Delta pen. This is a Delta Dune. This pattern is called Reflex. Got greys in there, we've got blues, we've got nice chatoyancy coming through. Very, very nice looking pen. Piston filling pen. We've got an ink window. The ink window is visible all the time. I like that, means I've got an idea of how much ink is in there. Only thing I would say, the ink window is blue, so it can make it a bit difficult at times for me to see the ink level. Section, again, one of those just about perfect. Maybe starting to get a little bit on the wide side for me. And here we've got a number 6 size nib. I love the fact it's black to go with the body. So this is a Delta Dune. Got nice feedback coming off this. It's a broad nib. The price for this pen is 222 Aussie dollars. The ink by Diamine, and it's a night shade. Nice dark looking blue. I would say it's still blue rather than blue black, but it's certainly heading towards that blue black type colour. So this is the Delta Dune. Just reposition the page. Next up, from France, we've got the Waterman Karen, this beautiful marine amber. Very nice. I love the colouring of this. Hopefully it comes out on the camera and the way it catches the light. It's very different and it always attracts the eye. We've got here a cartridge converter. So there we are. There's plenty of ink in there. I like the fact we've got these O-rings, so as I'm tightening the body, it gets that soft landing. The section, it comes down to an embedded nib. The nib is 18 karat gold. Very nice. Again, it looks different, doesn't it? To me, the section, just a little bit on the thin side. It's more than usable, don't get me wrong, but it just feels that a little bit thin. Unposted is fine. Again, it will post quite nicely. I just worry when I post it if I'm going to end up scratching the material. So we've got here a Waterman. So we have a little bit there of a hard start. Karen. This has got a medium and it's 18 karat gold. The price for this, we're taking a jump, 445 Aussie dollars. The ink is by Diamine and it's cardinal. I actually quite like this combo. I like this cardinal ink. I didn't think I would. I just put it in there because I thought, well, I've got the ink sat there, but I'm really enjoying this combo. I think they're actually quite a nice match. Although they're not matchy-matchy, I think it really highlights and picks out this colour. So that's the Waterman Karen. We're in the home straight now. We've got 2 more pens to go. Next up, from Japan, here we've got the Pilot Custom 823 in the beautiful transparent brown. Hopefully you can see the ink sloshing around there. Very similar to that Opus 88. If I screw down the cap, it moves this plunger and it seals off the section from the body. To fill it, then when I'm writing, what I do is I open it up. I tend to leave this open all the time. That lifts the plunger a bit and lets the ink flow through. Again, in the hand, it's a very nice length. Feels very comfortable. It will post again. To me, feels a bit back heavy now. But unposted, I find this is perfect. Section, again, really, really nice width. Just about right. The nib, this is a 14 karat gold Pilot number 15 nib. Beautiful nib. So we've got here a Pilot Custom 823. So it's got a broad nib this time and it's 14 karat gold. Price wise, 560 Aussie dollars. The ink by Diamine and it's 3 Kings. Gorgeous yellowy brown ink, and I often, as you can see here, see quite a lot of shading coming from it. So that's that Pilot Custom 823. The last pen, my grail pen. This is the Visconti Homo sapiens in Dark Age. This is such a stunning pen. I absolutely adore it. We've got this material, it's lava mixed with resin. Got the black trim. It's just beautiful. It's just stunning. This is what Visconti call a power vac filler. It's a vacuum filler. So what you would do is untwist the cap, pull it up, dip it in the ink and slowly push this down. When it gets near the bottom, it releases the vacuum and draws the ink up. The cap comes off with a hook safe mechanism. So all we do is twist it literally about 1/8 of a turn and it comes off. In the hand, unposted, very, very nice. Sort of posts, but it posts here. So I don't bother posting this. Makes it very long, and I worry, if I catch this and accidentally draw it up when I'm taking the cap off, because it is a very tight fit. The section, again, just perfect, just the right width. The nib, 18 karat gold nib. Very nice. And it's mainly silver coloured, but whenever I look at this, it always looks quite dark to me. So I think that quite really offsets the rest of the pen. So this is a Visconti Homo sapiens. Beautiful feedback from this. On here we've got a broad 18 karat gold nib. Price wise, it is not a cheap pen. It's $1,318 when I last checked the price. The ink by Diamine, and it's Fireside Snug. I love this pen and ink combo. I think they go really, really well together. But the one thing is, it's an exceptionally wet combo. In my tests, it regularly takes over 2 minutes before it's dry. So it's not one I would use when I'm taking my notes, but it's a beautiful pen if I need to do anything special with it. Sitting at home, writing on my desk, I'm quite happy using this because the notepad I've got, I don't turn the page that often, so it's got plenty of time to dry. I like the colour of the ink. The ink reminds me of the colour you see when you see lava flowing. So that's why I think it's a really good match. So we've got lava material and we've got a lava flow. So that's the Visconti Homo sapiens. So they are all the pens that I've got inked up. As I say, are not currently in use or there for a special video. I'm really liking them. I like the fact I've managed to get this down a bit. So we're down now to about 11 pens, which is still a bit high, so we're still working on that. What are your thoughts on these pens? How many pens do you have inked up at the moment? Please drop a comment down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.